What's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Noman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Champions League game between Napoli and Liverpool. So Napoli lined up in a 4-4-2 formation which mostly shifted to 3-2-5 with possession. Lorenzo was staying back to make it back 3 with possession, while Mario Rui was joining the front line. Callejon and Insigne were also moving up to join the front line, while Allen and Fabian Ruiz were providing protection to the defense. Liverpool, on the other hand, lined up in their normal 4-3-3 formation and they kept this shape even without the ball. Without possession, the midfield and the front line became really narrow to create a central overload. Liverpool started the game really well and they had some really nice moments very early in the game. Napoli, without possession, play with a very high defensive line, as Carlo Ancelotti wants his team to press the opponents high up the pitch. So first of all, we are going to see some of the attacking patterns of Liverpool and we will try to see how they actually attack with the front three. Whenever the opponents play with a high defensive line, Firmino often drops in between the lines, while Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane try to attack the spaces behind the high defensive line. Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane force the defense to fall back, and that opens up the space in between the lines for Firmino's late runs. Liverpool are looking to play out from the back, and Napoli are trying to press them in numbers. Napoli's defensive line has also moved up to support the high press. Alexander-Arnold to Fabinho, and Fabinho knows that he is being pressed by a Napoli player and he doesn't have enough time or space on the ball. So Fabinho tries to play an inch-perfect one-touch pass behind the line for Mohamed Salah's run. Pass behind the line for Mohamed Salah, who is forcing the Napoli defense to fall back. And this is where Firmino's deeper position comes into play. Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane are forcing the defense to fall back, and Firmino is now free to make a late run in the space. Mohamed Salah to Firmino, and Firmino is usually very good in these situations, but in this game, Firmino looked a bit lost. Mohamed Salah made some really good runs behind the high defensive line of Napoli, and he was often able to beat Mario Rui, but Koulibaly was always there to provide protection to his fullback. Once again, Firmino drops deep to receive the pass and plays a one-touch pass to Henderson. Firmino to Henderson, who plays a first-time pass behind the line to release Mohamed Salah. Salah wins the battle of pace against Mario Rui, but Koulibaly was there to provide defensive cover to his fullback. Koulibaly was everywhere in this game, and he had one of his best games in a Napoli jersey. Koulibaly made 5 clearances, 2 interceptions and 3 tackles, and he also won 100% of his defensive aerial battles in this game. Napoli at the start mostly tried to attack Liverpool on transitions. With possession, Liverpool's front three played really narrow, and they forced the opposition defense to get narrow, and that opens up the spaces on the wide areas for Liverpool's fullbacks to push up. Sadio Mane moves to the central zone and he is forcing Lorenzo to move narrow, and Robertson is now free to push forward. Once again, front three gets narrow and the fullbacks move up to provide the attacking width. Since both the Liverpool fullbacks were moving up with possession, so Napoli went with a 4-4-2 formation and they kept both Lozano and Mertens high up the pitch all the time to catch Liverpool on transitions using those wide channels. Both the Liverpool fullbacks have moved up to provide the attacking width, and Napoli just won possession in their own half. Both the fullbacks are caught out of their positions and Napoli's counter-attack is on. Alexander-Arnold once again has moved up and Napoli are again looking to exploit that same wide channel. Arnold was easily taken out and Napoli now have 2v2 on the counter-attack. Since Napoli were enjoying spaces on transitions, so Klopp decided to make a few changes in his system. Klopp decided to keep both his fullbacks closer to the centre-backs to eliminate those gaps on transitions, and he instead tried to use Henderson and Milner to provide the attacking width. The fullbacks are now staying back and the midfielders are moving up to join the front line. Again, the fullbacks are not moving up and the midfielders are providing the attacking width. Without possession, Liverpool kept the same 4-3-3 formation with a very strong central overload. Strong central overload and they are forcing Napoli to go to the wide areas. Forcing Napoli to the wide areas was actually a very good strategy because Napoli's front line doesn't possess any aerial threat. Mertens has only scored 3 headed goals in the last 6 seasons, and Insigne has also only scored just 2, while Lozano hasn't scored a single headed goal in his last 2 seasons. So any aerial crosses from the wide areas were not going to harm Liverpool, as Liverpool had the aerial advantage over Napoli. But this central overload had one big disadvantage as well. Since Liverpool's midfield was too narrow, so whenever Napoli were able to play direct passes from the defense to offense, Liverpool's defense was left in trouble, as the fullbacks had no protection from their midfield. One 1v2 situation and Alexander-Arnold is easily taken out by Insigne. With possession, Napoli kept a formation of 3-5. Mario Rui was moving up while Lorenzo was staying back to make it back 3 with possession. Lorenzo was staying close to his centre-backs to make it back 3 with possession, while Mario Rui was spurting offensively. Keeping Lorenzo back and making a back 3 was actually a very good option against Liverpool, as Liverpool are very strong on transitions. And whenever they hit you on transitions, they always hit with 2 players, Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. So having 3 men at the back meant that Napoli almost always had a man up on Liverpool on transitions to provide defensive cover. In the second half, Fernando Llorente was introduced, and he was used as a target man with runners making runs behind him, and Napoli changed their system to a more direct approach. Passes from the back to the target man with runners making runs behind him. Mate was taken out by Fernando Llorente, and Napoli now have players exploiting spaces behind Llorente. In the second half, Liverpool made 2 individual errors, and they both resulted in 2 Napoli goals. For the second consecutive year, Liverpool now have failed to get a single point away at Napoli. Overall, it was a very entertaining game, and we saw some exciting offensive and defensive display. Now for those of you who want to watch the Dortmund vs Barcelona match analysis, they can head over to the channel of Football Made Simple. The link to the channel is in the description, and you can also click the end screen to go directly to the video. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.